Hello, Karen here, Emerging Soul Tarot with your daily read. Got the Shamanic Healing Oracle today. Let's see what comes for us today. Okay, so we have, just get my glasses on, can't see. Stripping illusions, reunion of souls, movement into balance, an inner journey. Funny, that was on the bottom of the deck before I started, so that's our overall energy. Okay, inner journey, we're always on it basically, whether we're actively consciously engaged with our inner journey or not. We're on a constant journey to center, back to soul center. But this card as well is also about you know, when we're having our own personal journey, not to assume that everyone else is, and also not to project our personal journey onto somebody else. So it's a bit like me doing these tarot readings. You know, I always say what doesn't resonate, drop, and I trust source that anyone these are not for, it won't resonate, and I trust that if they don't like what I'm bringing, they'll leave, kind of thing. You know, so it's that sense of not being attached to the outcome of your spiritual journey, especially when you're trying to support and help other people. So we mustn't judge either other people's inner journey or ours. We need to sort of meet people where they're at, you know, and really truly have empathic listening for people, especially if you're working in the healing spiritual side of things. We need to listen to them, because actually, you know, when you listen to other people's experience and journey, you learn more, you benefit from it. But also there's a sense with this card that just your vibration, just your energy, when you're focused on your own journey, you're focused on unity, love, you know, doing your own inner work, your shadow work, then your actual presence will be healing. You don't need to say a word. It can just be completely healing. So yeah, then we've got our stripping illusions. So again, that can be kind of, you know, our illusions of everyone is doing the same journey we are. That is an illusion, because although we're traveling back to center, you know, there's many paths. The labyrinth has got 1,000, 1,000,000 kind of paths that circle back to center. So, you know, people might be on journeys within a particular spirituality or religious practice, but that may not tally up with our view of things. But we shouldn't be enforcing that. It's love to embrace the diversity of the journey. So that can be one of our kind of illusions, you know, that everybody, our journey's the right journey, our method, our walk is how everyone should walk. But the other thing with this is, you know, this stripping illusions, we've had it up before, and it's that lotus flower that grows in the mud, you know, and it comes up and it's so beautiful. So, you know, we need to go down within and see if we have problems with various, say, particular religions, especially if we've been damaged in any way, you know, a cultural or social expectation to join in that religion. We can have difficulties with that religion, but actually there's truth and wisdom in them all. It comes through them all. So, you know, going down to the mud, it may be damage, you know. So, or if you're in a particular religion and you're feeling you have to convert everyone to your particular belief, that can be damage in you that you need to look at, because it's not embracing the unity and it's not embracing diversity. So this stripping the illusions is allowing that layer after layer of false beliefs, and the false beliefs, you know, are what are not authentic for us, what are not resonating for us, what have come from the outside. It's not about one religion's right, one way's right, the other's not. This is about what is authentic for us. And so, yeah, with this, looking your truth in the face, you know, and uncluttering anything that's in the way, but not pushing that truth, your authentic truth, on another and expecting them to have that belief to be authentically spiritual. There are spiritual people and people on the path to center, soul center, in every single different religion, spiritual practice, or not even in a spiritual practice as such, but we're all on that inner journey. So yes, it's sort of embracing the diversity of us all, but tapping into your authenticity. And again with this this reunion of souls, you know, we may have someone come into our lives that we find profoundly difficult, who's got strong views, who pushes their views and beliefs on you. But this card is about looking at that and loving them despite that, you know, embracing them despite that, having patience with them. And then going within, you know, and any triggers, emotional, mental triggers, allowing that person, you know, because this is about soul contracts and that sense of, you know, nothing is a coincidence. It's almost like it comes in there and you can gain learning. So if it is around, which it seems to be, those spiritual beliefs is what Spirit's kind of putting on my heart, then that person may be there to trigger you, literally to trigger you. But it's, you know, it doesn't matter if we're triggered, if we get angry, upset, you know, annoyed, we find it frustrating. Just go into that feeling, you know, allow that to surface and ask that feeling, you know, what are you about? What am I being taught here? What am I learning here? So yeah, and this can also be the loss of relationships, you know, that ended abruptly. And again, that can strip our illusions of this sort of permanence we have. We move into relationships with various people and we have a sense that it's all meant to be permanent, especially if it's an intimate relationship with you know, your partner or family members. And when those people leave our lives, it's devastating for us. But again, that's part of our inner journey and stripping the illusions. This is not permanent. You know, life's like so small, so short in terms of the bigger picture. So yeah, and then we have this moving into balance. So if we're looking at all this, you know, our inner journey, other people's inner journeys, diversity, embracing it, allowing our triggers to rise, you know, understanding that nothing is really permanent in that sense. It may be, but we're all gonna pop our clogs one day, so nothing is really permanent in this life, you know, and we're learning all these things. And then we can move into that balance, you know, day and night, the earth, the sky, the water, the earth, you know, that kind of yin yang balance. So this again is a card about moving away from unbalanced ideas or lifestyles to move into that balanced flow of things. But if the card is a card to ask you if you're feeling you're kind of off key, then to go in. If you're being triggered, if you're having difficulties, frustrations, you know, comparisons, your walk to somebody else's walk, then go within and just ask Spirit, you know, what needs tweaking here. Because sometimes it is just a small tweak. It's a rebalancing of your ideas, just to bring that energetic flow, you know, in your emotions. So yeah, this card is about looking at what you're putting out into the world, and what are you, you know, what are you saying that's unspoken by how you look at people's inner journeys. You know, it's good to reflect on that. We can have unconscious kind of prejudice about people's journeys and lifestyles, and so yeah, it's good to get down and allow those illusions to be stripped, because when we've got those, and especially when they're pattern ways of thinking that we often acquire in childhood, you know, from family experiences, culture, education, you know, we can project those out without actually knowing. So it's good, this stripping illusions, I always see it as stripping the data bank, you know, almost doing a clean up on your computer, you know, to get rid of those things, or to highlight those things that are sort of a glitch in our energy. So yeah, interesting. Okay, let's pull a daily healing card to wrap it up, people. Oh, okay. Oh, reflections, that looks like. See yourself as you would see a friend. Be objective about it. Yeah, so I was talking about objectivity. We need to do that in ourselves as well. You know, if we're feeling frustrated, upset, annoyed, hurt, you know, having difficulties in relationship, what would you say to your friend? You know, how would you treat your friend in those circumstances? We need to be like that, and sometimes this, you know, stripping illusions is that case. It's like becoming the observer, the witness to ourselves. So the things are working out through us, but we can take a step back and witness that and get that objectivity about it. Okay then, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, like, subscribe, comment. Alright, lots of love. Bye bye.